Hello YouTube, this is Necrofear331 with another video. This time it's going to be a slight discussion video in regards to Konami, and this will be just a short discussion of things I wish Konami would do. Um, Not trying to rant on this, not trying to complain about the ban list again, because I think we all get the point the ban list is bad and the current format is pretty terrible. Alright, so just getting that out of the way, I'm not going to be talking about any of that. This is things I wish Konami would do for the game that they either haven't done, are doing but doing it too slowly in my opinion, or aren't doing at all. Number one, eliminate TCG priority ruling. This would balance out a lot of the main problem cards in our game. Rescue Rabbit being the number one priority for getting rid of priority. This card is almost impossible to counter, with the exception being Solemn Warning. You know something's wrong when Solemn Warning is the only adequate counter you have to Rescue Rabbit's effect. A card should not be allowed to do that. And the priority ruling is what caused this. Without priority, Bottomless Trap Hole is effective. Not against Rabbit, but against other cards with priority effects. In regards to Rabbit, Effect Veiler and Phoenix Chain are effective counters to Rescue Rabbit. Not to mention other cards that are problematic in our game, such as Blackluster Soldier. No longer can he just go and make things disappear right before you bottomless him. So priority needs to go. We shouldn't have it. This is why we never win a world tournament either, because we have to play with the OCG rules, but none of our players are prepared for it. They don't comprehend it. They're just like, oh, prior. Oh, wait, we don't have prior. Shit. I can't do this stupid derp play because there's no priority at Worlds. Regardless, will that get done? Probably not. At least not for a little while, although if you check out Pojo, the strategy guide thread, they were talking about it briefly, and Kevin Tior did mention they're working on something in regards to that. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to change anything. Hell, for all we know, all they're doing is writing a new rule book with, with exactly what priority is, which is not what we need. We need priority to go, not to be legitimized. Number two thing that I wish Konami would do: reduce the number of secret rares per set. Secret rare is a scam rarity. You get one per box, and there's 8 cards that you can get from that one per box card, meaning you have a minuscule chance of pulling any particular card secret rare that you need. And this is the number one reason why cards are so expensive in this game, because secret rares are just that hard, of a specific card are that hard to find. For example, Max C, secret rare from Storm of Ragnarok, really hard to pull, obviously. And, that's why its price is so high. Same thing with Wind Up Zen Mines, Evil Czar, Dolka, Rescue Rabbit, Wind Up Rabbit, etc., etc. It's because of this messed up rarity. Personally, I would enjoy just 4 secrets per set. I think that would be a good way of going about it, but again, this is another thing I don't think Konami's going to do, but it's something that I think would be healthy for the player base. Number 3, revisiting older archetypes. Konami. This is the one of the things that I'm talking about that Konami's actually been doing. We have Dark Worlds competitive now. An archetype that was ignored for ages is now competitive. We have Agents, which were competitive and are kind of dead now, but Again, they still got support at least. We got ninjas just recently getting support to be playable, which is great. And we got gravekeepers recently, not too long ago, getting adequate support as well. That is great. That is great, but that was in 2 years. We got 4 archetypes getting good support and then one getting awful support, and that being Amazon's. Keep up the good work, Konami. Keep doing that. I think maybe even putting some of that in the core sets a little bit more often would be great. Like Photon Shockwave. The one thing I won't criticize about that set is the fact that there's pretty cool legacy support in there for Watts, for Naturias, for all ice barriers, even all these cool legacy support cards. Keep up that. I think that's a good thing to do. Sorry about that. And I want to see more of that in future sets. Galactic Overload doesn't seem to have a whole lot of good legacy support, but it does provide adequate support for Evols, which I think is cool. Yeah, revisiting old, not too competitive archetypes is a good thing. I think they need to keep doing that, and maybe they will touch on one of my favorite archetypes, which are chess piece archfiends. That's my favorite archetype. And maybe they'll become playable. Sorry about that. Alright, number 4 thing that I wish Konami would do. Adequate R&D. Test those cards before you release them. Because it seems like every format we have these problems with ridiculously broken cards in ridiculously broken decks that are unfair and hard to deal with. Right now it's at the pinnacle of the worst. I mean, Wind Up Hunter was terrible card design. Wind Up Shark was just like spitting in the player base's face by saying, "Oh, that Wind Up Loop, we're gonna make it even more consistent." Then you have you have Insector Hornet, and then you have Rescue Rabbit itself and Evil Zarlagia. I'm even going to attack because that card was pretty poorly designed as well. Yeah, they need R&D testing. They need to realize that you can't just write shit on a card and expect it to be all right. You need to find ways to balance cards. And I know they tried with Rescue Rabbit, but in OCG the card's perfectly legit. There's nothing really broken about it. But here, because of priority, it is ridiculously overpowered. So yeah, R&D testing. They need to put a little more effort into their card designs. And I guess number 5 is more of a preference, but I would prefer the rarity structure kind of funky in this game. 48 commons. There's more rares than there's commons. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And there's more, or not more rares than commons, but there's more non-commons than there are commons, which doesn't make any sense to me. But restructuring that, I really don't like the new pack designs in regards to the rarity scheme. And the last one, again, another preference thing is for ultimate rares. I would like them to go back to the way they did in GX. I think that was a pretty cool way of making ultimates by having everything that's rare and above have an ultimate counterpart that was a little bit harder to get. That way, good cards that were at low rarities like DD Crow and Treeborn Frog got ultimate rare versions that look really, really nice. I would really love that for now, because there's some pretty cool cards that would be awesome ultimates right now. Like imagine Tech Gen Striker, Legendary Six Samurai Kagakai, Sheehan Smoke Signal, Ascentism of the Six Samurai, the Evil Tile, Rare, what is it called? I don't remember what it's called, but Evil Tile, Najasho, Evil Force would be awesome ultimate Wind Up Rat, Wind Up Shark, Wind Up Hunter, even Wind Up Factory would be ultimates. Would have ultimates, which would be pretty cool. Etc., etc. I would love them to go back to the old way of ultimate rares, but again, that's something I highly doubt will happen. So, anyways, that is it for this video. So, Necrofear331 signing off.